How do you go with changing your mind, updating your beliefs, or admitting to yourself even that you were wrong about something? How many times do we look forward in life when we're younger and think, when I get there, I'm going to be this, and when I do that, I'm going to do that? And if you bring it back to one of the basic things, people without kids telling someone with kids how to do kids and how they're going to be when they have kids. I copped a lot of that as a young mum with kids from people who didn't have kids, who later had kids, and actually a couple of them came to me and said, this is harder than it looks, it's not like the books, right? So many people are like this though about midlife or getting older in your 50s and 60s. And I've had people say to me, when I'm in my 50s and 60s, I'm going to do this and be this and do whatever. And I laugh because I used to think that too when I was in my 20s and 30s. I had a great idea about how it would be and how life goes and all the things. And it's been none of that, if I can be honest with you. None of it. I can't even model it on what it was like for my parents or my aunties or anyone else in my family, because times are different, things are different, stuff changes, right? And that's made me have to change many beliefs and many ways of being and many things that I thought about. So, you know, I always talk to people and say, back when I was a little kid, you know, before I was 10, I knew lots of older people in their 50s, mid-50s, that were like old people. I thought 50 was old. Man, does that haunt you when you're coming up to 50 and all those beliefs and all those thoughts and life's over and you can't get an employment and you're this and you're that and you're something else. And you get to it now, and some of the most amazing people I meet are in their mid to late 50s or 60s doing things that I didn't think were possible back before I was 10. Partly because they weren't possible then, right? We've come a long way with things. We've come a long way with all sorts of stuff. But I had to change my belief around that, and I had to allow that to all basically disintegrate and stop being a belief and a thing that I held, so that I could freely move into my 50s and beyond without the limits and the glass ceilings that I thought existed, that maybe, like I said, did exist back then, 40-odd years ago, 45 years ago, that don't exist now. We lock ourselves in sometimes by the beliefs and the values and the thoughts of when we were younger, when we haven't experienced something, and we lock in how that's going to be or how it's going to feel. And sometimes we can put such a negative spin on things that we almost make them negative once we get there. Nothing's locked in, nothing's for certain. Don't place everything that you're doing on beliefs that you haven't lived yet, because let me tell you, change of mind, best thing that you can do.